Okay, so right now we are learning about all of the different tzaddikim that we have on our wall. And for tonight's homework, boys are going to need to listen to this video and practice each thing they learned about this person. Listen about them. The Baal Shem Tov is a man by the name of Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem. He was born in the year 1698 and he passed away in the year 1760, about 300 years ago. And what did he do? He changed the Jewish people. He helped the Jewish people because at the time the Jewish people were suffering very, very badly in all over the world, both in Sephardi countries and in Ashkenazi countries, in Turkey, in Morocco, wherever they were, Jews are suffering. And the Baal Shem Tov made a huge difference to the Jewish people in their lives. His student was a man by the name of the Maggid of Mezrich. He passes away in the year 1772 and he was born in the year 1704. And he, boys, was called Rav Dovber. He was a great tzaddik. And this is called the Maggid of Mezrich. He was the student of the Baal Shem Tov, boys. And the student of, as being the student of the Baal Shem Tov, since he was the student of the Baal Shem Tov, he made a massive difference to how the Jewish people would work. What did he do? He said, I am going to send out leaders amongst the Jewish people. And these leaders, what I want them to do is I want them to make sure that in every community across Europe at the time, not all over the world, but at least Europe, the Jewish people are going to be okay. They're going to be serving Hashem, they're going to be healthy, they're going to have businesses, they're going to have the tzedakah they need. Now he had a student by the name of the Alter Rebbe. And the Alter Rebbe, boys, was a man by the name of Rav Schneur Zalman of Liadi. And he was actually the youngest student of the Maggid. The Maggid had 60 students. The Alter Rebbe was the youngest one. He was the first Chabad Rebbe. And there are many stories about him. We know the story of Yutas Kislev. We know the story of him making the book of the Tanya, and so on and so forth. He had a son named the Mittler Rebbe. The Mittler Rebbe we don't have a picture of, so we don't know what he looks like. But this is a book of one of his Sfarim. And he was known to delve deep into Chassidut, to the teachings of Chassidut, to the laws, to the ideas behind everything and why we do them. Every detail you can imagine, he wrote them down. He was known, it says that if you would cut his arm, what would flow out of his arm? Torah to Chassidut specifically. That's how much he would learn it. Now, this was not his son, this was his son-in-law. It was actually the grandson of the Alter Rebbe. It is the Tzemach Tzedek. His name was Rav Menachem Mendel. His name was Rav Dovber also. His name was Rav Menachem Mendel. And Rav Menachem Mendel, boys, was the first Rav Menachem Mendel. He was called the Tzemach Tzedek, and he actually wrote a couple amazing Sfarim. One sefer he wrote is called Derech Mitzvotecha, the way of the mitzvah, explaining how to fulfill certain mitzvah in the best way possible. The next person is his son. He was actually the youngest of his sons, and his name was Rav Shmuel. He was called the Rebbe Maharash. And he was an amazing rabbi, and there are many fascinating stories about him. But because we don't have unlimited time, I won't be able to go through all of them today. The next person is the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth Chabad Rebbe. And the Rebbe Rashab, his name was Rav Shalom Dov Ber. Rav Shalom Dov Ber, boys, has many stories. If you know the story about the lady and the bagels, where he says, go eat a bagel, that's a story that I've heard happened with him. The Rebbe Rashab was an incredible rabbi, and he started with his son, the yeshiva of Tomchei Temimim, which is our camp, boys, is a branch of that school, you should know. The next person is Rav Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson. Some people refer to him as the previous Chabad Rebbe or the sixth Chabad Rebbe. And he, boys, was a person that literally gave up his life to save Torah for the Jewish people. At the time, they were trying to stamp out Torah across the world, especially in Russia. And in America, they weren't trying to stomp it out, it was just getting stomped out automatically. And he came and he said, no, we're going to come, we're going to rebuild the yeshivot. And he lived through World War II, boys. And he said, I am not going to go to sleep until there is a yeshiva of Bachrim and students and boys sitting and learning. The next person that we can learn about is our Rebbe, Rav Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Boys, your parents met them. Many of your grandparents met them, right? Some of you may have uncles or aunts or other people that have met them as well. The the Lubavitcher Rebbe boys is the one that started our camp. He's the one that sent Rebbe Chaim and Rebbe Chaim out to make a camp. Actually, I think he may have started with the camp first. I'm not sure if it was first the school or the camp, but that's a separate thing. Okay, so maybe it was a school first. But absolutely, our camp was made over 35 years ago through the blessing of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Now, the next person is the Ben Ish Chai. Interestingly, the Ben Ish Chai actually lived at the same time as Rosh Shalom Dover over here. And the Ben Ish Chai lived in the country of the city of Baghdad. Not the country, but the city of Baghdad. And in Baghdad, boys, the Ben Ish Chai was the leader of the Sephardi community there. And he wrote a book called the Ben Ish Chai. And in this, boys, I'm going to take questions at the end, okay? In this book, boys, he wrote down the halachot for Sephardim and the laws that we follow in halacha. He had revolutionized and made an amazing sefer for us to learn the halachot from. The Kaf HaChaim boys lived around the same time as the Ben Ish Chai. He lived a little bit earlier than the Ben Ish Chai, really. And he was actually, I believe, a teacher of the Ben Ish Chai. He was a great Sephardi Rav that also lived in that area. The Baba Sali lived in the country of Morocco, another Sephardi Rav. He was in the country of Morocco, but the Baba Sali eventually moved to Eretz Yisrael. And in Eretz Yisrael, boys, there's a stories upon stories of the Ben Ish Chai healing people. He was known to heal many, many people. There was a boy that was blind all his life, and the Ben Ish Chai healed him. And I think there was one where a boy was mute, he could not talk. And the Ben Ish Chai said to the boy something like, make a bracha, if I'm not mistaken. And the boy started to make a bracha. The next one is Harav Mordechai Eliyahu, the chief rabbi in Eretz Yisrael. He was an incredible rabbi. He was a rabbi that he actually visited the Lubavitcher Rebbe multiple times, but he was the rabbi for the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael and for the Sephardi community. The next rabbi is the Chafetz Chaim, and we're going to end up with these two rabbanim. The Chafetz Chaim was a great Talmud Chacham, and a great tzaddik. And boys, he went ahead, and what did the Chafetz Chaim do? He wrote down the Mishnah Berurah. He wrote down the halachot. For Ashkenazim, but Sephardim also learned Sephardim. And the story that we said earlier today about the feathers in the pillowcase was said, that was the story of him. Last one is Rav Moshe Feinstein. He was a rabbi that lived in New York. And he went ahead, and what did he do? He led the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael, in America, to teach them Torah and to teach them halacha. And with that, boys, we're going to end the class. Please remember to leave a comment to fill in the homework to get 3 points for tonight.